淨係話你知，唔好同人講。
我一定要聽到佢講咩。
聽日留意一下公司嘅股票會升到過2。
依家咩世界啊？幾百萬係冇用㗎。
Basically, the story is about three what are called paparazzi police, and their paparazzi police are the people that investigate. They bug places. They shoot people and film people and do all the information, collect information, and then bring it back to their heads before they go to action. So, on this case, they're investigating a large trading company. For what, they're not sure. And as the case goes on, my character and Luz's character, we hear something that we shouldn't hear, or that we should hear and report it, but we decide to take that information for our own purposes. And then the rest of the movie is about how we get ourselves into big trouble, basically. My character, Max, is basically just like any other young, ambitious male these days, especially in Hong Kong, who is trying his best to get somewhere quickly. He's wanted to be a policeman for a while, and he just is trying to get to chief inspector as quick as he can. But he's got a lot of like personal pressures. His wife and his wife's family is very rich, and they don't want him to be a lowly policeman. They want him to join the father's company and work for the security and have a good salary and a cush job, and basically become complacent. And he doesn't really want to do that. He wants to be his own man in some ways, which then kind of leads into why he makes the wrong decision when he does.
我想你幫我屋企裝機。我同你識咗咁多年，你唔係唔幫我啊？你咁樣做解決唔到問題。
I think the story and the dialogue and everything is pretty straightforward, but for this movie to work was to make sure the three of us had that kind of bonding. And I was a little apprehensive at first because I hadn't worked with Sean Lau before. I really respect him as an actor. I think he's one of the greatest actors in Hong Kong right now, of his generation especially. And so that chemistry was very, very, very important. Louis and Sean had done like 8 movies together, so they had that relationship. But I was the new guy in the group, so I made sure. I just had a barbecue at my house basically, and invited everybody over, the producers and directors, everybody, just so that we could get together and just hang out and be friends and get to know each other better. So there isn't that kind of like awkwardness on set. That's really important, you know. And I think it worked because we, you know, after a few drinks, we got really friendly, and all the barriers went down. So it really helped the chemistry on set. Well, I hope that people, when they see this film, and they take away a sense of morality, especially about your own ambitions and about society's direction. I mean, this is really disheartening times with this financial crisis. Who can we trust anymore? You can't trust government, you can't trust big business. And these are people that have been running the world for like 20 years now, or at least 20, 30 years now. And I think this movie, what I like about it is it sends a message out to that greed can get you into bad places. You know, if you're driven by greed instead of any other kind of ideas, you can get into trouble. You start to question more your morality. You start to make wrong decisions, and eventually you get to a point where you can't turn back, and it's very dangerous. You know, and I think this movie definitely makes it clear what happens when you do something like that. Because I think all the guys that make the wrong decisions in the movie don't have a happy ending.
你聽到啲咩？
你咁講係咩意思啊？懷疑我哋啊？係。
呢幾個月嘅 video 同埋錄音，商業罪案調查科已經查緊。我想攞晒你哋情報科啲手足嘅資料。
要呃就呃到底。
The more interesting stuff is like, you know, when we're listening to, trying to listen to across, you know, you're not listening to anything, the headphones are empty. And it's always like, oh, we're doing the CSI shots, you know, where you're concentrating very hard on nothing, you know. Those were the more fun stuff to do.